Hello, people on the net. It is I, Unknown MBT, here with another profile. Whoa! Today, guys, we do have the Space Yggdrago deck. Whoa, the only other Cyberse deck in existence, and this one easily towers over the other one because the other one came out 3 years ago. Anyway, guys, if you don't know, the Space Yggdrago deck is a deck of dark Cyberse monsters whose entire goal is to fusion summon. The entire deck is based around Space Yggdrago, this boy, who has the effect of send one card from your field to the grave, summon a Cyberse from your hand to your field. Wow. So I want to highlight, I can send any card. I mean, you can send a spell trap card or a monster to summon a Cyberse from hand, which is normally going to be Space Yggdrago or multi-space. Usually, sometimes, as you can tell from the low amount of high levels, you will be sending a low level for another low level most of the time, and that's perfectly fine because a lot of these low level are extenders. You would probably summon out Femtron, you're going to summon out Driver, Exploit. On rare occasions, it might be Sky Emperor. But yeah, there's a lot of low level extenders, so no matter what you summon, if you just need to make room on the board, it's a pretty good card. You got multi-space Yggdrago. Send top card of your deck to the grave, it becomes the Space Yggdrago for the turn. Yay, your other place set of Space Yggdrago. Then add one non-level 8 Cyberse with 0 defense from your graveyard to your hand. Guess what? It is Space Yggdrago. Besides him, you do have Crystal Brain, which is going to be, besides adding Space Yggdrago, of course, for the fusion monsters, Crystal Brain is actually going to be a really big part of the strategy that you want to be focusing on because this is going to be your main way to mill cards to get Space Yggdrago engrave, Deep Warning Fusion engrave, many more Cyberse engrave. So it's a pretty good card. Chaos Femtron, the newest Femtron. Only monsters engrave are Cyberse, which is why this deck is pure. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave, then add a Cyberse monster with 0 defense among the cards from graveyard to your hand that were sent, which is going to be multi-space, Space Yggdrago, Attrashoot Hydron. Sorry, not a shoot. Actually, it is a shoot. Attrashoot Hydron and Crystal Brain. So you do have a few good targets. Even if you do miss, milling in this deck is the main goal. 2 copies of Guardian the Cyberse. You do not have any better options, so I'm playing this card. 3 Space Spud Exploit. Well, you have a high level Cyberse, inflict 500, then you can set 1 Deep Warning Fusion, which is going to be your main way to recycle Deep Warning. There's a lot of ways to recycle Cyberse monsters in this deck, so you can mill all you want as long as you eventually have a way to recycle them and then get back Deep Warning Fusion. You don't care about the rest of your back row at that point, because this is going to be the only card that you need to get to your win condition. Space Sea Driver, where you control a high level Cyberse, add 1 level 2 or higher light or dark attribute monster with 0 defense, which once again, going to be multi-space, Space Yggdrago, or a shoot. Not really any other targets. You can't even target Crystal Brain, but that's perfectly fine. 3 copies of Sky Emperor Minion. Turn this card's normal summon to excavate 4, add a Space Yggdrago. That's all you need to worry about. But also, even if you do miss, you can stack the deck because it replaces the 4 cards you excavated back on the top of the deck in any order, meaning that you can use the effect with space, multi-space, mill a card that you want, and add back the 0 defense that you stacked, or use it with Space Call, which I use it quite a lot. We'll get into Space Call later. 1 copy of Attrashoot Hydron because you don't have that many high levels with 0 defense. Crystal Brain, I already went over that earlier. Basically, a lot of milling the deck. Crystal Brain is going to be your main way to getting cards in grave. 3 copies of Strain Attractor, send 1 Cyberse and grave, draw 2. And, you know, sometimes you might shuffle back 5 monsters with different levels for engraving the deck. That won't always happen unless you see it in late game, but I always see this in early game, so it never really happens. 3 copies of Space Call. There's a lot of controversy over this card being not good, but the fact that you only have to reveal a Cyberse, then mill 3, is pretty good. Then you can summon a level 7 or higher that you happen to mill, so you can't stack the deck with Sky Emperor Minion. This card actually does resolve quite often for me, but even if it doesn't, I don't care. The entire goal of this deck is to mill as much as you can, so definitely want to play 3 Space Call even if you don't get the guaranteed summon. 3 Deep Warning Fusion, where you can fusion summon a light or dark attribute Cyberse by sending cards from only your hand or your field, it can't be both, to the graveyard. Then if you sent a monster user originally with Space Yggdrago, destroy a card. Pretty good removal. 1 copy of Space Resonance. If you have a level 7 or higher dark or light Cyberse in your grave, summon a Cyberse from your hand. If you summon Yggdrago, a level 7 or higher monster by level 7 by this effect, draw a card. You could be playing more copies of this, but I find it very good at one copy. I've yet to find it bricky, but one copy is preferred because you're not playing that many high levels. One copy of Transmigration of Curiosity. I brick, it happens. One pot of Greed because I don't have a reason to play a legend card. One combos because I'm a horrible person. 2 copies of Void Hole. Basically a negate attack for the deck. Yeah. And then Deep Space Impact, stack the deck. That is it. Then you finally, for the fusions, you do have 3 copies of Deep Space Yggdrago, which is effectively a pseudo towers with piercing. And while it's on the field, face up level 7 or higher monster your opponent controls lose 1000 attack points. Pretty good. Not many cards can actually out this unless it focuses on like battle position changing, bouncing. So this is a pretty well statted card. 3 copies of Duel Space Yggdrago, which can be your main way to recycle cards. Shuffle monsters you grave in the deck equal to the number of monsters in your opponent's field. This card can attack up to the number of times you up to the number of monsters you shuffled. Then if you shuffle 3 by this effect, gains piercing. This card can easily lead into many OTKs. It's going to be your main way to recycling cards. So if you do, your opponent has like 2 monsters on the field, it's of course always going to be exploit and then possibly an extender or a high level, which is more likely going to be multi-space. But yeah, guys, that is the new Space Yggdrago profile. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the video.